Hello, my little chickadees. It is I, your host, Sherbi, also known as Kristen. I have not done a full flip through in quite a while. I did just recently post an update in August of 2025. If you have not seen it, then you can go right to my channel to see that. A warning, I do cry in the video. I do talk about grief. And it may be helpful to you. It may not serve you. So you don't have to go see that, of course. But the whole point is that I am here now. You are here with me. The world is a happy place. I'm very, very excited about being able to show you some things again. It is shopping season. The Hobonichis are coming out. Last year, September 1st was the first time I ever got a Hobonichi haul. I am excited for all of you out there who are going to get your first Hobonichi haul. I will link to a video of mine and everything that I got in the box. The joy you can expect, although maybe a little less because it sounds like everybody's going to pay a little more, especially in the US. So that is a painful burr in all of our sides. Hopefully this flip through will help you decide if you want to spend that extra money. I also have comparisons for various Kinbor planners, but those prices have also gone up, though from what I understand, they're still not as expensive as the Hobonichi. I will say the second half of the year, I have my cousin. I am hoping to start using it the same way, as thoroughly, as lovingly, as fulfillingly as I did my 2024 Hobonichi. It's a slow-going process. Grief is wild. Stress is wild. Life is crazy. We're going to do our best. So get ready. I'm going to show you everything that I have done inside this baby. It has changed. It had evolved. Some things stayed the same. Some things worked. Some things didn't. I've used it for art. I've used it for journaling. I've used it for tasks. I've used it for memory keeping. And I am very excited to show all of you, those who have been here before, those who are new, those who may discover in this video that a new passion is born. Let's do this. All right, so first of all, this is my Hobonichi. This is the thickness of my baby. When you first get it, it is about, I say, not quite half an inch. Honestly, they're not very thick. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the cousins. The cousins are not quite half an inch. The brand new, the Avec cousins, which are split into 6 months and 6 months. So there's a shopping tip for you when you're shopping for a Hobonichi. You can either get a full year like this, which is, to go back to my original point, half an inch thick, if even that. When you first purchase it, it's quite thin. But of course, when you ruffle the pages, you add your own stuff, it can get however chunky you want it to get, including stickers, etc. Or you can get the version of the Hobonichi that comes in 2 volumes, January through June and July through December. I believe that I had done a flip through of what those look like in my haul, my Hobonichi haul. I don't recall if I did them separately and individually, except in some comparison videos. So you may want to take a look at those as well. I did for a while have a clear cover on my Hobonichi, but then around April, I discovered that the inside had split, and a dear and kind commenter pointed out that my cover may have been too tight. So if you get a clear cover with your Hobonichi, they often recommend just a Midori A5 cover. You want to get the Codex. Codex is a little bit roomier, so that when it starts to build, your spine has freedom to open. Otherwise, it's forced and clunked in there and it pops and may split. There was never any actual splitting, but you could see that the string that holds the Hobonichi together in the binding had stretched. So I took it out of that. I got a very pretty leather case, and then eventually I was like, you know what, the color, I mean, look how sturdy it is, and it still looks great. I have some great stickers. These I got from a yoga pack on Amazon. Look through my flip throughs and I can give you all of those details. Many people decorate it as much as they want. I just want to show you what's inside and the various things that you can do with it. This is my inside cover. Some people decorate it, some people do not. When I discovered that people were decorating it, I thought, oh, I'll add some junk and do that. This is a scrapbook envelope thing. I have many of them. I never was a scrapbooker. I can show you what I have inside. Tissue paper. This may have come with something I got, or I wanted to use it in here as some sort of paraphernalia to just play around with inside my book. Ephemera, if you will, in the journal world. Sticker I have had since, oh my gosh, probably 1999 or 2000. I've had this a long, long time. A friend of mine wrote a book, so I have her sticker. I have some political stickers. This is from my Hobonichi notebook that I got. I had used some cutouts as decoration. This Life is Present, I believe, came from it. I have a Jet Pens comic when I did my Jet Pens order, and some yoga stickers I got from someone on Etsy. 2024 was supposed to be my year of yoga. As we flip through here, we will completely ignore all of the missing yoga stickers. I would like to claim that I forgot to use them, but really I just forgot to do yoga. So yay. This is the first page. I did finally identify myself in it because I realized if I lose this thing, that is going to be a painful, painful, painful day. And I want to make sure that it got back to me. Stickers from Amazon. And then we get into the yearly calendar. You have your current year, previous year, next year. I used this mostly to track when I had, I believe, holidays. I did in the blue. Then eventually at the end of the year, I highlighted the days that I have my son. I share my son 50-50 with my ex-husband, and I liked highlighting and seeing at a glance when I would have him. The thing is that I never really looked at this, but you could use it. Some people use it as a period tracker if you're still in those days. You're doing great. I support you. You keep bleeding good. You're doing good. And some people use it for other things. I really think this would be a great sex tracker. If you are really just like wanting to make sure that you're keeping love alive, you can put that here. So many uses. This is like an index of sorts for the year. Some people call it a year dex, a calendex. It has the months every day. This does also include days of the week. I used it at first to just kind of show like a highlight of what I did that day. I thought that was kind of a cool thing to put in there. Sometimes it would be an appointment, but it would also be just like a highlight from that day. Like here I had COVID. Some special days down here like birthdays I would track. Big events like I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia January last year. And that happened there. I wrote a song this day. We saw Rhett Miller. We went on a Delaware trip. I had lunch with my friend Kathy. I watched Supernatural with my kiddo. We had a gig. The orange is when I decided to start tracking the days that I worked out. So all the days highlighted in orange were exercise days. You could also put certain goals for the month up there. I will tell you right now, if you're unimpressed, that my weeklies is where it's at. That is where all of my creativity kind of came forth, as well as the dailies. So do stick around if you're new. It gets fun. Right now we're in functional. Then we're going to get to fun. You can make this fun however you want. Again, orange is working out. Yellow, I think, is taking walks. I think I had started to try to take walks. Oh, you know what? That seems backwards. Maybe orange is my walks and yellow is my different workouts. I honestly can't remember, and I did not put a key in there. But here, see, it says workout 14. So I'm pretty sure that those are walks. But I had pink for yoga. So pink is yoga. Blue, I believe, was meditating. My son was diagnosed with a cancer last September. That was really awful. It was in his mouth. Thank goodness he felt this little dot in his mouth and decided to actually ask about it, and then told his dentist, who sent him to a neurosurgeon who biopsied it, and it was a cancer. It wasn't even the size of a pimple. I don't mean to freak parents out, but if things stay there and it's consistent, get it checked out. You just never know. I also started to track what I was doing in the dailies, because I had started doing different things in the dailies, and I would track what was on that daily. So here I have like folk art flowers and doodles, a Zentangle. I did a green gouache splash. Then I started, like, I put health planner stuff in there. I did a bullet point outline. I wrote something about 3X structures. I had a lot of writing notes, and we'll get to those. Here I was also tracking, like if I went back in time and had blank pages, I would go back to those pages and fill them in. So sometimes I would write what date that was there. And then we are in the monthlies. And the monthlies I used really just to track appointments, special days like school days. I sometimes did little tracking. Things changed over time. For a while, I was tracking my free write exercises. So, for instance, if you look, let's see, I started it down here. So on the 27th, I did free writing for 34 minutes. On the 21st, 6 minutes, 22nd, 6 minutes, the 30th, 6 minutes. So just some free writing exercises. I was highlighting them up here as well. I add stickers all over. Some monthly goals I would have down on this side as well. When I had COVID, week 1, 63 minutes of writing, week 2, 90 minutes of writing. I was trying to figure out a good way to track it. And then eventually I think I stopped tracking how long it took, as long as I was filling in a page and doing some writing. So again, you can see various appointments, stickers, just fun all around, little doodles. Like this is me getting a chiropractor appointment and it says crack. That's supposed to be my spine. It is fun going through, and I'll try not to get caught up in the details of it. I really want to show you the use of it, so then you can get on to watching other people's videos and uses, or get on other websites to find out what Hobonichi you want. So really, I think I really stuck to just using this for appointments going throughout. Sometimes when I would want to stand things out a lot, like karaoke party. In my update, you'll learn that my sister had died, and I'm being reminded that she came to my karaoke party, and I have great pictures with her. Not me and her. Sadly, I didn't take selfies that day, but I do have the recording of the entire karaoke session with my friends and her, and she and I sang several songs together. We used to do karaoke together in Baltimore when we lived there. My great OG dude. Look, there was an eclipse. I was sick. I found quote stickers. I got a lot of stickers from Temu, from Shine, from Amazon. I very rarely went and spent good, expensive money on stickers, honestly, because then I would just hold on to them and not use them. So I didn't want to do that. So again, I just used stickers. I decorated them. It was really meditative and soothing to just go through and add stickers. I started doing blue boxes around our meal deliveries when I was doing meal deliveries. More appointments, highlighting when I had gigs, because I'm also a musician with a band. This, I started tracking the days I actually saw my son. My ex-husband lives quite close to his school, so he likes to stay right there for the kids in the neighborhood sometimes, and I was feeling a little bit jilted. Like I want to see my son. I want to have time with him. I understood he wanted to see his friends, but I really wanted to make sure I was getting my 15 days a month. So I started tracking them just to make sure that we were going to be even as much as possible. It's nice to see all these gigs that we had. That's really fun. It's October, fall's coming now. It's getting ready. I moved the tracker down here so you can see how that's going. One day this month we have like 7 friends who have birthdays on this day. I had to write all their names down there. My son turned 16. I loved these little stickers. And then I got a photo printer. I got the Canon Selfie. I have to say I'm not impressed with the colors. I'm upset that I did all the research that I did. I watched millions of videos about these printers. I feel like I should have gotten the HP Sprocket. Instead, I got the Canon Selfie, and the colors really let me down. They are not vibrant or vivid. I felt that they were very dull compared to the picture I took. So that was a bit upsetting. I got this 10-color pen when I was at the hospital with my son. They had it in the gift shop because I just left at night while watching a movie with Phil and ran to the hospital, drove to the hospital, and from then on I was with my son bedside for eight or 9 days at the hospital. And so I don't even think I had my planner that first night. No, I must have. I think I just put it in my bag and went, and in the gift shop they had this 10-color pen, and I started using that. And here, the circle days are the days I have my son, and then the tracker to see how that's going. I stop at a certain point. It was December. We're getting a new planner. It was probably already like cracked open. I was trying to just use this to the very end. There's a picture of me at my gig. I do like printing pictures and incorporating them in the planner. I have to remember to do that this year has been hard for me. So if you see that update, you'll see several reasons why. But there's me at a gig. This is my brother and my mom and niece and my other niece, my sister's daughter. Really fun to have these pictures. So at the end of the year, Hobonichi has 2 or 3 extra months spread out. So if you don't have another planner, you can at least still plan ahead. Or at the very least, in the prior year, you might make appointments that take place in January, February, or March, and you can put them in here. I wanted to use them as like a recap of the year. So I put several pictures. There's my sister Jojo, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sister. That's my other sister. Here she is at that karaoke night with me and her boyfriend. So I put in just pictures throughout the year. Me with Chuck Hillis, and Rhett Miller. I'm saying Chuck, but that's not right. Why is my Cliff Hillis? Oh my goodness gracious. We're friends on Facebook, and I'm calling them all by the wrong name. Me and my partner Phil, very handsome, my beautiful son. Love seeing my sister smiling, and love seeing that she's in here, and I noted my time with her. That makes me happy. And Jojo and Keith came. I did not finish pasting in these other ones. I was thinking about using it as like a Tombow color tracker, but then I was like, I'm never going to reference it, so I didn't. So here's some other pictures that I intended to put in here. My son played football this year. Asked a girl out to homecoming, me and Phil again. I was working out and flexing my big muscles. This is my nephew, gorgeous boy. He lives with me now. He is in the home and in the house and spreading joy wherever he goes. He's gorgeous. When I got my new glasses. So it is really a lot of fun to post these pictures. Phil and I at Halloween, we were skeletons. I think that was pretty fun. Phil's fun outfit when he met his daughter at the train station. And here's me at a gig. And yeah, just really fun to do. This was fun one night. This is the last month that's extra. It's March. I grabbed all of my different washi. I don't think I have all of them here, and I just tried to put one sheet. It feels really cool. I saw somebody do this on the inner pages of their planner, so that would be a really fun idea for any pages you don't like, is you can just make it look pretty with your washi. Again, lots of washi I got from Temu and Shine, although this, I think, was a kit at Michael's. I'd love to actually spend money on gorgeous washi. Oh man, all I had to do was open my planner to get me to want to be in my planner. So here are the weeklies. I do not use weeklies for to-do tasks. I used weeklies to track the things I have done. It is never a guarantee that I will do what is on a to-do list, but it is guaranteed that I did everything I wrote down in here. So I literally, every time I went throughout the day, this is what I did. I posted some videos that showed me filling out my weeklies. A lot of them are sped up. Sometimes I talk over it. I can link one of them here for you. I did try to have little trackers on the side. So I would have start a new book. All of the days did I read on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What days did I read? This all progresses and evolves over time. Mindfulness, at least 5 minutes a day. I scribbled in the days that I did. I don't know why I didn't do Monday through Sunday, but I didn't. Days I didn't spend money, I would track that. Did I accomplish a reading goal? Did I do a brain dump in my collection book? At the end of the day, I had a lot of TV. At the end of the day is when I watch a TV show, either with my partner or with my son. So we watch The Boys. I typically would put stickers first and then work around them. I use different kinds of handwriting. If you're looking for some lettering ideas, I do have part 1 of an Impatient Girl's Guide to Lettering on my channel that you can check out. I will do a part 2. It is on my list, I promise. I try to do very little cute doodles. So that's a shovel. There's a car traveling. playing with my TV comes up a lot. I put a lot of TVs in here, writing in various different ways. You have options. Yeah, totally fun. So these are my weeklies, and I will flip through with you. There is no rhyme or reason to doing it. I will say that the various colors really helped. Different forms of trackers over here. So this is when I started doing meditation, yoga, or both. I did eventually use the 365 chart at the back. Let me just show you real quick so that if when I reference it, you'll know what I mean. Here's the 365 days checkoff sheet. Pink and purple were for yoga, or yoga was purple. Pink was when I did yoga and meditation. Blue was when I did just meditation. And then walk is yellow. Okay, so yellow was a walk day. Orange was other exercise. And red was when I did both in one day. And then if I didn't exercise for quite a while, I would write in kind of why. Migraine here, foot pain, hospital with the kiddo, sick. And some days I had COVID. And obviously you can just see that COVID really just stopped my whole yoga thing. That didn't last very long at all. So I really just tracked everything I did in a day. For instance, read for 5 minutes, Mercy by Lara Santoro, had coffee, distraction is high today, trying to work, ran to the dentist, new yoga stickers is in the mail, so they must have put them in for shipping. Did some hip mobility yoga with Sarah Beth Yoga for 10 minutes, and then I put more later. I did meditation for 15 minutes. I did some work. I went to happy hour at North Hanover. These are the friends I met there. We had sherbi practice. My band is Sherbi Trio. I did some writing. I did some reading. There's a little smiley face. And I finished reading Lonesome Dove. Oh no, we finished Lonesome Dove, the TV show, with my partner, my loves. I had read the book the previous year. Lonesome Dove this night, Lonesome Dove this night. We don't sit and watch a whole movie a lot of times. We spread it out over a few days. So literally just writing down what I did that day. It feels like, okay, this is stuff that I did. And it's like a journal, honestly. If you don't journal, this is a really fun way to show what you're doing that day. It's a more creative way of doing what I imagine, the frontier type journals look like, delivered eggs here, I don't know, milk the cows, those sorts of little notes, except we do things a little differently now. I did start this kind of tracker. This sort of tracker is pretty consistent throughout for the rest of the year. I would pick different goals each week and track them and cross it out when I did them. And bigger goals sometimes were listed as well. Eventually, I also would put big important things to do that day up here. Got a new pen set. These colors were really fun. And I played around with them. I didn't always make them match. I would just have random stickers. I think the more random, the better. Read, yoga, meditate. Still up there as a plan. The lights and hot flashes are making me squirrely. I like my little guitar. It looks like I got some markers, like some Tombow markers. And again, you can see every month flip through except for, I think, October, November, and December. I think I did all the way up to September of 2024. So you can go and see all of them and in great detail if you'd like. So these are the weeklies. This was great because I messed up. I wanted to take a note. There are a couple pages between the dailies and the monthlies that are just kind of random blank pages in between. Let me show it to you real quick. Here, just random blank page, right? Turning the page to a new year. When I wrote these notes for YouTube, because I was like, I'm going to do a YouTube channel. Let me take some notes to make this a success. How can I make it work? I thought that I was writing it on this page. I was not. I was writing it on the following week. So to fix that problem, I just turned the page and did my weeks. And it was great. It really frees you up. Your planner does not need to be perfect, nor should it. It is your space, and perfection is the devil. So honestly, embrace all the mistakes and make them yours. Be messy. Perfection on paper it's beautiful. I don't want the stress and pressure of making it that way or inviting the disappointment when something goes wrong. I'd rather just not do that. I have enough. We have enough. So if you mess up, come back. This is where you can mess up with me. I really did. Oh, this is so fun to look at. What a pretty bird sticker. I also have a video about my stickers, and I don't know if I had mentioned I got little sticker books, so I would take all the backings off, put them in the books, and then I could peel them off and put them in here whenever I wanted. Read and walk, I went down to just 2 things. Sometimes I put notes like, look up this author, Percival Everett James. So sometimes I would just hear stuff. Read, knit, paint. Then I was like, maybe if I just paint. I did no knitting that week. It's okay. Went to see Guster. I love Guster. Work, work, work. This is a fun week. A lot of colors, a lot of added markers. Eventually, I did start leaning more toward using markers than using pen. And some weeks I might have just rushed through it. Really fun. I'm glad I did this. And for what it's worth, this was my first year with the Hobonichi. I, in fact, only did like bullet journaling before. I would always try to do some lettering and do some doodling and drawing. But for the most part, I loved planners. I might have pictures of planners I had in high school, and I've always been a fan of filling up all the space as much as possible. But it wasn't functional when I had to get things done. So I have something different that I use for that at work, and that is my Kinbor A5. And I can show how I have used that for work. I'm still using it now. It's my first year using one. It's been very handy. Every year prior, I used a bullet journal. I would buy a Leuchtturm A5 dotted grid journal, and I would use that as my work notebook. It was a great system, but I do really like not having to always set up the page. But I can certainly go back and show some of those. This is a fun one too, a weekend away in Delaware. I saw drums by the water. My loves and I have not been able to go on a road trip in quite some time, and it's a great way for us to bond, and I have to make an effort to prioritize that. Try to figure it out. We got a new kiddo in the house, and he's younger, so it's not quite as easy, and it's funny because ever since my son was 7, I have shared him with his dad. So I always had weekends, where I didn't have him and days I didn't have him. And now I have a kiddo all the time. It's like I'm getting the full boy growing up experience in just such a weird way. It's sort of unfortunate, because it's the circumstances that led us there suck and hurts. But we are going to adjust with life, and it's still going to be a happy life. We can still make it a happy life. And that is how my sister would want us to be, to make sure that we live absolutely to the fullest. Oh, what a bright, awesome page. So sometimes when I would have empty space, like this tall dude, love this sticker. This is like a washi sticker. I just fill it in with dots, little dots and spots. This day was written almost all black. And then every other day has tons of color. Just so great. The only thing that would terrify me about this planner, honestly, is if it ever got wet. A lot of these markers are water soluble, and everything would disappear or run into each other. Check me out. I'm going to take a little sip of my tea. I invite you to take a sip of whatever you have as well. Don't forget it. You don't want to microwave it later. Little patches of washi just randomly put around the page. Yeah, I miss doing this. I really do. Big washi stickers a friend of mine got for me. I love them. Just great to randomly place around. Put other stickers on top of them. You can write on them. Love any stickers with people. Don't like that they are mostly all white people. I would love to see more diversity in these stickers. I have to go to the right shops. If you know of any great multicultural sticker shops, please leave links in the comments for me. I would love that. Coffee, every morning, coffee. Love my little different mugs. A butterfly sticker on that one. We're in July now. My sister's birthday. I didn't put it there, but we did have our birthday party for her. I wonder why it's not written there. Oh, home for snacks, switch bags, head to store for JoJo treats, and visit JoJo. So I went to go visit Joey. I know we had a birthday party for her. Oh, are we still in June? Okay, so I did visit my sister in June, and then next month you'll see. This is when my sister was in the ICU, and then she was moved out of the ICU, so I visited her at the hospital. Phil is sick. Love these stickers. I just love them. Happy hour, my little beer mugs. Just used one pen set for the whole month. You can see some pens come through on the other side. I don't know what pen that might have been, but it looks like they're different, all different pens. So this was fun. Just use one pen set and do the whole spread that way. No stickers, little doodles. And I see one sticker there for payday. It's really fun to just experiment with different looks and things to do. Weird tracker here. Read, fiber, protein, exercise. Up here, you'll see I started tracking my fiber and my protein as a way to eat less, fewer calories, but bigger nutrition, because I am a snacker. I snack a lot. And if I focused on fiber and protein, I would at least snack on something that was giving me something good. So you'll see my fiber and protein numbers up there. Finished bone season, finished Between the World and Me, started the mime order, started Heaven and Earth grocery store. I do audiobooks and paper books at the same time. So now we're in July. Now here's my sister's birthday. Shop for JoJo's party, and then people who came to her birthday party. I got her a lot of books. I was so proud of her. I used to do Grow with Joe workouts. I eventually switched to Olivia Lawson, love her. And you can see here, like, this is just all black writing, plain writing. So you don't have to always be like crazy. It's honestly just it's the differentness of it, you know? It's just filling it differently, adding spots of stuff here and there that it's like the chaos brings it together. I don't know how else to say, like, to describe it. Read, exercise, fiber, protein. I have a gig this day. This is all just ballpoint pen mostly, like blue ballpoint pen. I would take a highlighter over some parts, still have the stickers, add stars, add little hearts, asterisks, bigger dots. And really that's it. And you still, honestly, I wouldn't stress about it. It's fun to do. Steak night. That's one of our fun, more favorite gigs to do. Exercise, reading, fiber, protein. It was not hard to read every day. I was reading so many good fun books right here. Yeah, I really love washi stickers. I think they're my most favorite people stickers. I like getting some with texture. I got these ones from a CVS. They have a little glitter on them. This is from a yoga pack. These were from Shine, like coffee stains. I love this unicorn reading a book. Blackma Shannon in State College with my dude. I went with my son on a little overnight trip out by State College. That was really fun. I'd never done it before with just us, unless it was to visit family. I do want to do that again. I can take both boys now too. Talked with a friend. This is written on a washi sticker. I'm still watching Vera now. I'm almost done. I have one more episode and then it's all over. Sad, sad, sad. A little bit of like a journal post in here. There are some YouTube planners that use this section strictly for journaling, and it's gorgeous. I haven't been able to use my hand very well lately. Extreme stress keeps me from using my hand. I started mentioning that in my update video and realized I never got to the point. But it's like when extreme stress happens to me, I want to write more than anything and be creative, but my body is kind of like, no, we're not letting you. It can really hurt. So I've been wearing a brace and trying to be careful with it, but I'm not great at being careful with it, and it hurts to write. We're in August now. August to September. Now we're in September. I got this fabric. I don't want to call it washi, but it's fabric, and that's what I used over here on the edges too. Really fun. Really fun to use fabric. 2 different kinds. I don't use that other kind very often. All black writing and just decorating with stickers, little tiny stickers all around, and a little highlight. So above these hash marks are like the tasks, big tasks for the day. Gluten, definitely bad, bad, bad. I've been really great about being gluten-free, and then over this weekend, I had gluten, including beer. We went to an Oktoberfest, and I was just kind of like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. I had a pretzel, I had that, and some other things, and then I was exhausted the next week. I know I was exhausted. Here I did just black and orange, really fun, feeling fall. I had already put these stickers in ahead of time. This one probably didn't. Sometimes I would just flip ahead and just randomly put stickers. So these do not quite fit the theme of the black and orange with the rest of the stickers, but I think it looked cool. It still looks fun. Reading Ghost Story by Peter Straub. It's a fun little spread. Sometimes I believe I would film, if I recall, like the next week, me putting stickers and getting it all ready. Still liking my little doodles as a little car and a house. Delicious egg sandwich. Sunflower Festival, we played that. Watching Dexter with my son. It's October. I got finally one of those Fudanosaki pens, brush pens. What a learning curve trying to learn to write with that. I don't know how people get it so stinking pretty. I finally nailed it. You'll see in the next spread, but then I didn't do it for a while, and I tried again not too long ago, and it is atrocious again. So it is definitely a learning curve. I recommend watching videos. This was fun. I watercolored the page, and you'll see the cool thing about Hobonichi. I don't know if the paper is the same, but watercolor doesn't go through to the other side. You'll see more of that in the dailies. And then with the Fudanosaki pen, I just practiced. It got so much better at the end of the week. So much better. This just rotten. I could not make it work. And I just think this is very, very pretty. I love this washi set with the animals and the acorns. This was a really pretty spread for me too. This feels so comforting. I literally wrote everything in a black pen, and then I went over it with Tombow markers that were in a pale kind of pastel light highlighter color. I think it looks gorgeous. I love these washi books. They're called like Trust Seeds, Seeds of Trust sticker books from Temu. They are washi stickers. I haven't been on Temu in a long time, so I don't know what the prices are like now, but really great. I just love washi stickers. I want them all. Like, send them to me. So this was a really fun spread to do. It just, fall is also, it's so inspiring. I used Happy Planner stickers in here, so just squares of space to write on all around. They have their own borders. I actually put a chocolate, I started using a glue stick, put a little chocolate wrapper in here, another little sticker, the other part of the chocolate wrapper, trying some new things. This is when I was really learning a lot about adding ephemera to your journals, and I watched a lot of junk journal videos. Adore them. I just adore them. I was like, I am not using this planner enough. I need to do more. This is when my son was in the hospital, and I got that 10 color pen. I tracked everything he had gone through, the names of his nurses. I wrote like recommendations for, heroes. There's my son in his hospital bed. This was the following week. I did not do anything quite the same. I just picked out bigger highlights. And this was still also fun to do, like bigger highlights for the day. So like this is really fun too. This is a real easy way to dress up your pages. I might do other videos about simple ways to dress up your pages. Right now, I just want to show you the Hobonichi and your various options. Just writing with pen, various strips of thin washi, coordinating colors to highlight underneath some things. There's my loves when he got his new job in his new office. So proud of him. It was so great. He left something he was doing for 30 years to do something new with longer hours, and it's fabulous. It's working out for him so well. November, December. Here we are in December. Getting to the end of the year. I met Kate McKinnon. Look at her. I think she likes me. I hope she likes me. There's me and my loves hugging right before we are going to do a gig. About to play. I always play with my hat on. And then here's the last week I filled out in here. I was obviously busy. Washi stickers, random stickers, doesn't matter. You know, you just do what you do and get done. And then this is because I had my other planner and I wanted to start it on the 1st of January. So nothing is here, though I did intend to put some of those stickers you see, or some of the pictures you see here, put them here as well. This is that middle page. I would use this to practice different kinds of trackers, extra things I might want to track. I would use it for just sort of different notes, something I might be interested in, practicing a pen. This actually says sherbi, like I saw something on YouTube. I tried to do it. Maybe it was Pinterest. This says fill. This is practicing with brush pens to see if I could actually figure it out. I cannot. Trying out different Pomodoro schedules, just random, just like play and random. These are the dailies. At the start of each daily, I would use the main blank page to trap things that I had done that were big, like bigger events or things from that month. Of Gray Mare, like I would put quotes in here, like this song has lots of highs and lows. Phil said that about a song I wrote, some doodling, just little doodling. Not the be positive I was going for when I got COVID. Phil grabbed a ginkgo leaf for me, assume the best. My massage therapist had said that to me, and I think that's great. Hard go at work with a presentation, discovered migraine medicine works, relationship growth spurts, and my little doodles. When I first got this, I planned for every day I would do a free write, and I would use a prompt. The prompt would come from ChatGPT. It would come from random prompt generators on specific websites. The mysterious letter arrived without a return address. So I will just flip through these as we go. You can see these in my flip through if you're a writer or curious. I typically would do one line per line. Sometimes I split them, like you see decoration here, writing there. I went here, then went back up and went down. This here I went right across, right across. It did not rain today. I did some doodling instead. I even wrote sideways. Really, like one of the best things you can do to free your mind is to break the rules. So here's the split I was talking about with the cover that I discovered. It was January, but I think the split happened in April. Writing sideways. When you break the rules in paper, it gives your mind more space, and it's like, oh, I don't have to be this confined. I have other ideas. I like this 3-column thing I did here, go across, then down here, and then here. I like the stickers on each page. I started using some watercolor on the pages, and see, you don't see it on the other side. I think that is amazing. Some doodling when I didn't want to do any writing. I suck at watercolor. I am so mean to my friends, and I was like, if I'm going to do stuff like that, I better just try self-portraits instead. You'll see that come up later. Doodling and writing, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or peanut butter sandwich when I got COVID. My mug, you're doing great. I started playing with colored pencils. More sandwich. And watercolor and pen and colored pencils. This is gouache, so even gouache, that bright and vivid, does not come through on the other side. This is one of the really my biggest draw to this planner and notebook. So first line here, thank you YouTubers for plopping Hobonichi in front of me. The algorithms are working. So remembering January on the last day. Tried to do a self-portrait because I figure if I'm going to make anybody look at it, it should just be myself. Eventually I get a little bit better at them. I stopped practicing it regularly. I was using it for just doodling, and now I'm adding, you know, like new song I wrote. My brother Joe was in the hospital. That's my brother. He got a heart pacemaker. I saw family. I saw Kate. I saw Joey. We all danced. B vitamins seemed to be helping my feet. A month of tingly feet. That was awful. Maybe some goals for February. This is with Tombow markers, I believe. You can see it got a little wet. A little gouache area. That's really fun to do. Another one up here. More writing, sketching, drawing. I tried to use these pages as creatively as possible. Try to do a corgi. Try to do something called Map Crunch, where it'll just show you a random place in the world, and then I try to paint it. I am no good with the art, but I love doing the art. Again, trying to do a self-portrait. It's a nice challenge. Fun little gouache artwork. Really great meditative stuff to just do every day. So here, this was awful. I wrote every single thing that wasn't good and how I should make it better. And then I practiced it and it came out so much better. I learned how my brain works. Some more drawing and doodles that I did from, I got a subscription to Domestika to try to do more there. Free writing, Tombows, watercolor. I think that's watercolor. Stickers, this is watercolor. Gouache, and some stickers. This is a bookmark I tried painting. Again, I have very thorough flip throughs, trapping everything that we did during the month. I decided on Sundays I would do something to do with the sun, like on CBS Sunday Morning. This is where I'm sitting right now. This is the table. I have a window beside me. I'm sitting right here. This is in my room that I call the cafe. We have a rainbow rug. I have my bookcases here. I call it the cafe. There's another Sunday. Sketching my planners and notebooks. I eventually go into new things. Here was a great way to do a daily capture. Instead of memory keeping in the weeklies, you could do it this way as well. I just did Monday, 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 Monday. I do random. I have no idea what I'm going to try to paint. I just like trying to do it. It feels good to do. How long must we walk through these same spaces? People are walking down there. Just trying to be... trying to let out some creativity. This is a Sunday. Trapping for April. I like calling it trapping. Huge, great washi my friend had. I had a ladies do shit night where we came over and we just played with tape and markers and stuff. And I did tarot readings for my friend Kelly, and then I did a shorter one for my friend Sherry. I do have a tarot TikTok channel, and for the first time in 3 years, I posted to it again today. Sun, 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 sun. Green stuff. It does not have to be pretty. It's creativity is messy, and I am happy with it. I got a left-handed guitar because I am left-handed, but I learned to play right-handed. I have a video of this process. It's called painting, free painting. You can see that on my channel. More gouache. I really wanted to be able to do this. I should really try to do it again. Notes on a book I was reading called Body Keeps the Score. Falafel tacos. There's a Sunday with the sun. Doodling. There's a dude. All of these other pages that you see here, these are all free writing. I don't really journal in this much. This is a weekend that my partner and I went away. We had a gig and then we drove to Delaware, and then these are things that we did while we were there. So I still did these things while we were out. See, it got wet. It's kind of too bad. Then we got home. Trapping a day. Looks like I got hemorrhoids. I was real happy about it. You will find authenticity on my channel. Just telling you. This is with a pen using all the colors. This is really fun to do. I have the Bic pens with those colors. My son said, hey, remember when we used to, like, you would draw a little part and then I would draw a part and we just kept adding on? He said, let's do that in your planner. So we did. He signed it and I signed it. I think we did that another time as too. Trying to paint an iris, Sunday, sun, doodling. My son drew his emojis and I love them. They are so expressive, actually. I'm totally impressed. I'm totally impressed, like these two guys. I love them. I feel so good when he wants to do anything in my planner. I was looking into getting trampolines, some Zentangle doodles. He made me a Mother's Day card. Love it. More doodling. I got these ideas for flowers from Amy, y'all. She's fabulous. Her Hobonichi flip-throughs are mind-blowing. And I just by seeing her flip-throughs, I tried to do my own. This is another one that my son and I did together. More doodling. Free writing. Sunday. Zentangle doodles. This is when I started adding more ephemera in here. Or I probably went back in time. I probably found this. It says happy birthday from my friend, and I put it at my birthday day. This is fun to do too. Those washi stickers are awesome because you can just draw on top of them. And this all changes as I get toward the end. I do some really fun stuff at the end. Capturing what I did that month that was big. This is, I went back in time to add things. So I knew on this day, my partner and I went to a foundry day and he bought me earrings. And so I put the business card there. This is when my sister was in the hospital at the ICU, and it was very, very scary because she almost died. And sadly, she did last month. My update covers that, and I'm not going to feel it too hard right now. I have a very thick pile of these same parking tickets in my car that from 2 months of going to and from the hospital, 3 weeks of which she was in a different hospital. So 3 weeks are actually missing of parking tickets because their machine took them back. And I feel like it's like I'm not removing them from my car yet. I might. I try to do some folk art. I really like playing around with different styles of things I find that I like. This was fun. I did like little quick journal entries here. Joey's still in the hospital, but out of danger, I think. It'll be the only day I haven't seen her in the hospital. She was coming out of it, trying different styles of things, painting. These are notes, trying to do a set list for a gig that we had. So I try to use it functionally as well. I probably already randomly put those stickers there, and I'm just working around them now when I'm doodling in my day pages. Trying to paint my folk art flowers. Set list. I probably did some journal entries there. This is not my real living room, but it's close. It's like merging of various rooms. I don't have a cat. I don't have a picture with a flower in it, but I don't have a dresser with all that on it. Still, you use the bones for inspiration. Doing some greens. This is the gouache paint chart legend. There's a word for it. I never liked these stickers, and once I put them in here, I was like, why? A new song echoes my sister's 45th birthday. And I think we're getting to where I started. Yes, so see here it says August 30th. So then I started using, for some reason at this point, I wasn't using the daily pages. So what happened is all the days that I missed, I started using them again up here. No, maybe I didn't. I decided I didn't want to skip and leave a bunch of blank pages. So I started covering the dates with various stickers, and then I just used the pages however I could see fit. I probably did that to it was a lot of pages that I ended up decorating any old way, and then left them blank with just the edging decorations. So just this. And then I went back to fill them in, and that starts here, August 29th. Let me see, because these are all, yeah, so starting in July, I still use this to trap things. But starting in July, I didn't do the daily pages anymore with prompts. So here, I just started journaling and covering up the dates with stickers so it wouldn't be distracting. And that also evolves. So here we're at August. You're going to see how this evolves. Sometimes I don't have dates at all. So, oh, paper, how I love you. That's enough. You don't need a lot, right? August 31st, September 2nd. And I really like some of the patterns of just mixing washi tapes and stickers. This is my partner want to know something. I love you. I came into the house when my friends were having a fire, and I just wrote real quick in there. Some notes, ideas for notebooks in 2025, ideas I like for a cousin, a week's. So I was taking notes about my plans, doodling. This is July 9th. I did use this day as July 9th. If it's not covered, then that's because I used the day. So I started doing some little daily journaling. When it's covered up, it was not written on that day. So these were books that I was reading. Some quotes from the books that I liked. Mosquitoes are bastards. Little short journal entries with just stickers around. That's my band sticker. See, just covering it up with random. And I didn't do it that day. I literally sat down one day, took all the blank pages and covered up the things, the things that were distracting if I wanted to use them. I did get a bee in my beer when we were in Ohio. So now the dates don't matter as we go through this. Just doing some random journaling, planner talk. You don't always have to have something good or important or meaningful to say to write in a page and use space. You just need a way to get it there, and a pen usually works just fine. See? For instance, I don't like how that looks. There, I said it. Still don't. But it's used now. Ghost story. This looks like a writing prompt. And capturing things, like this was a recipe I was trying for some chia seed pudding. Ways to use blank pages. I put that down at the front here, and I love this page. This was one of the things that I had found for how to use not just first pages, but just pages. So this is the first line of every book I read in 2024. The first sentence. I think that's so cool. And then I put in brackets what the book was, and I just separated it with a dot. I think this is a really cool thing, and I'm kind of sad I'm not doing it anymore. I did not include audiobooks. These are just paper books. Audiobooks would be too complicated to do. Some doodling. You don't have to be responsible for every moment. And that was from a movie, a funny movie called Save Yourselves, but very true. I got a lot into, I really want to start writing again. I have a book on Amazon, but I really want to, I never got any formal education about writing, and I really do want to do that again. Save the Cat Writes a Novel. Got the book, haven't read it yet. So I was taking a lot of notes from various places. How to use a weeks for health planning. Many ideas from my Dandelion Diary. I will go through my health planner. I think it's great. So I was putting writing prompts in here, charts, health planner notes. Like I still was trying to plan out the health planner thing. Elements of the 3-act structure. A huge list of everything I want to plan and track. More book notes. Plot a short story. This is when my son and I went for the weekend away, and this was on his birthday. When he was younger, he used to play with my old little 3/4 guitar, and I got him a new one for his birthday. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Migraine infusion. This is a series. You'll see a few pages of this where I did want to use them as dailies that included trackers. Maybe eventually I get into tracking the weather to see why I had a headache. I will typically do these things if I'm like, I've been having headaches every day, I got to figure it out. Or I'm getting distracted and I need to get on task. So I wanted to try using them that way. So I started it like this. I'm formulating it. I'm trying to get it better. I saw one woman, she would always do 5 things in her journaling: a pebble, change, truth, universe, grateful. And I tried doing that. It did not last long. I think it lasted those 2 days. That's it. I have my vitamin trackers, the appointments that I would have, notes about it. And I just kept trying to refine it. And this we're getting closer to the format I stuck with. Big tasks up top, tracker on the side, a wish list that was supposed to keep me from spending money. Tasks I want to tackle, how my body is feeling, what the weather's like. Great to see if it was related. I included ragweed, mold, etc. And then just daily notes or tasks. So I was trying to do Giddy is Safe. That's the thing we can get into another day. First ever Hobonichi haul. 5-year Techo ordering day. So excited. You'll have to watch that video to see what a monster of a thing it was. Still trapping everything every month on that first page. Getting closer to how I eventually really liked setting these pages up. Not there yet. Every day, just trying something new to get closer and closer, and we are getting closer and closer. It was fun doing this. Then I started having washi between the two. This one I got a mammogram. Big Poop Head Mom found this note. He wrote it when he was like, 6 or 7 years old. So this was his birthday. So we're gone for the weekend somewhere. So you're just getting cuter as you go. A little bit more structured. But I don't know if I was liking it. I think eventually this was fun. Got thicker with the washi. Then I was like, I'm rewriting this every day, you know, and I was really eager to do a health journal. Well, this is a fun one. See, the thin washi to separate. I really liked that. This is when we went camping with friends and we played a surrealist game called Exquisite Corpse. I do go over that in one of my flip throughs. A picture of my son at the hospital. This daily thing was fun. It was neat to have a new page to work with. Then I decided I don't want to do that anymore. I started adding more ephemera. Like, I really love these pants. I love this whole outfit. I want that outfit. A little bit of journaling. I just want to use stickers. I mean, honestly, that's what I want to do. And now I'm starting to spread out, you know, I'm just like trying to be free with everything. A little bit of daily journaling. I love that outfit as well. I think that is gorgeous. I was making a sweater with that yarn. Love those jeans. And then I really like how this journaling started playing out. So then I started journaling on these days. I would set up the page first and then write around it. I really liked it, like using my tea bags even, you know, and cutting things out and placing them there and using washi stickers. I love these pages. I would love to just set pages up and use them like this again. I think this was so soothing to me. It was really, really fun to use pages this way. Like, look at how nice that is. This is definitely my preferred go-to. This is when my son was in the hospital, my guest passes. This is when the EMTs came to the house because he was bleeding so much. I was way out of my element. How much money I spent getting food and coffee. Yeah, that was wild and awful. Got my photo printer. This is November. I read this book at the hospital. Somebody left. Who was the name of this person? You left a comment and it was so sweet. Oh my God, I can't. I'm at the age. Jexelan, Hexelin. I don't know, but that was such a sweet comment, and it made me so happy. I had to put it in the book. I'm not someone who comments a lot on videos in general, but I found your channel within the past month or two, and today specifically was a stressful day. And I saw you posted this video, and I threw it up on the TV, and it was just a very calming, relaxing end to my evening, and I really needed that, so thank you. Your videos always feel so friendly and are so nice to have on while I'm unwinding for the day. Plus, I love not only how super thorough you are, but also how unabashedly excited you are about this stuff. Anyway, I just really felt the need to let you know that you made my evening a little brighter when I really needed it. So thank you. I hope your week is so kind to you. That was beautiful. That made me feel so happy. I wanted to add more ephemera. I got an award at work. Some just extra memory stuff. I think it's really fun to do that. My son was so pale when he got home from the hospital. He lost a lot of weight. I think maybe we can breathe now, my kiddo and I. He is healthy. Fun. I drink a lot of tea, and I just like using it. Like, it's like a combo of junk and journal. 2025, like things I might want to track again, just revisiting that. It's November. This is a really fun gig. My partner Phil is in a band, like a classic rock band with like 7 dudes, and they backed me up when we played a gig, so that was really awesome. It was fun having a whole band behind me. Got my son a PC, a little cancer consolation prize. Still working on journaling and my pages. This is when I started feeling depressed about politics. Yeah. Yeah, some of the things that were happening online were freaking me out. It was no good. So I was having a hard time with that. Was my sister in the hospital again in December. My sweet girl. My dude. Our various gigs that we had, more journaling. Think critically, show up, peace, love, action. Yes. The drones fiasco was everywhere. I wish I just had a cabin in the woods that I could hide in. Just doing squiggles and art. Great lamps I saw in New York. And then writing prompts. Me, Kate McKinnon, living it up, having the time of our lives. Starting to do some reflections. Here I am watching TV with my mom at her house. I was reading Big Magic. Steal a camera if you must, but stop whining and get back to work. Really fun. This is a bunch of the different wrapping papers we used over Christmas. And then it was getting harder to go into my planner, and I was noticing it. So I'm writing bigger, and I'm trying. And then that's it. That's the last day. And then I have my budgeting sheets, which I'm going to save this, which I really love. I still do it in a smaller planner. I promise you I will do a video about how I do this. I don't want to say budgeting. It's more, I plan ahead everything I have to pay, and then I never forget anything. So that helps. And paying down anything you have to pay down. I would use the timetable for ideas. I use the graph paper for practicing some brush pen writing. This My 100 list, I loved. I used it to track all of my media. So any books I read, listened to, and any TV shows of which I finished the entire series, and any movies that I had watched. If I was good, I put the date. I noted if it was a movie. I have a little book icon. Stars means that I really liked it. And if it was something I had already seen, but I was watching with my son, then it definitely got a star, because then that means it was worth it. Over Christmas, I just watched a ton of Hallmark stuff. I have never done that before, but I went wild and did that. I printed out the covers of the books that I read. This is not all of them, but it's pretty close. So I like that as well. I didn't do the interview with myself except write more and read it, watch TV. This was our original movie wish list, the things Phil and I wanted to watch, and I transferred it here and listed the things we did watch. I showed you the 365 tracker, and then this was supposed to be like a things you might want to get people for Christmas, practicing with pens, my gouache swatch, and my back cover. So I just have like a couple of random cashed checks in here. And I kept a lot of old Post-its that I never ended up using. I got a lot of these keepers, but they were not adhesive. They are meant for book covers that already have a pocket in there. I only ordered 2. I ended up with 2 packets of 10. So now I have many of them. So I just taped it in there. And that's it. Thanks very much. Catch you later, home skillets.